Okay, introduce yourself to those who might not know who you are.
Uh, Sorry, just hey, what's up? This is Crash, Bronx, New York.
Okay, let's jump into it. What borough and neighborhood are you from?
Born and raised in the Bronx.
Okay,
Look at the camera. Look at you.
no, look at the camera.
Okay.
Who are some of the people that were up when you first started noticing graffiti?
Who me? Who I grew up noticing?
Yes, like who
Oh,
who were
man.
some of the people that was up when you first started noticing it?
Wow. Oh, wow. There's a lot of really older writers that people don't know of them. Like Box Top 2 was one of them. Cola 1 was one of them. Puma 17. Some of the really old TMB guys, like Fancy Adam Wheels, so people like that.
Okay, are those the guys that inspired you to do graffiti?
Actually, there was a guy that I grew up with in the projects where I grew up at. I used to write Kazoo 143. He was the one that sort of like lit the fire for me to paint.
Okay, how old were you when you started writing, and when did you start?
I was 13 years old when I started writing. Well, okay, let me back. No, I started writing on the subways when I was about 14, 15. But I started just, like writing when I was about 13. When I started noticing it and doing stuff on paper, I was about 13. But I hit the first train 1975, so I was 14 at the time.
Okay, how did you come up with the name Crash?
It's a computer term. I was going to a high school for business careers, and my freshman year they were teaching us how to work on computers, and the disk that I was using to start the computer up crashed, and that's how the name came.
Okay. I assume you was in high school when you started. What school did you go to, and who were some of the writers that went to school with you?
I went to Murray Bertram High School for business careers. It was like a brand new high school down by the Wall Street area. There were no real writers in the school when I was there. I was the only one that I knew of. I was like the lone wolf in that building.
Okay. Who was the first writer you ever met, and how did y'all meet?
The first writer that I ever met, well, again, I grew up with knowing that dude Kazoo 143, so I met him, because he lived across the street from me.
Okay. What was the first layup you hit the trains at, and did you paint by yourself or did you have a partner?
The first layup I hit was Gun Hill Road layup on the number 2 train, and I didn't go by myself. I went with a couple of people. E707 was the first one that I really went painting with. It was me, E707, and a couple other people. But that was the first time. Gun Hill.
Okay. Did you ever go to the writer's bench at 149th Street, and who were some of the names that you remember always seeing at the bench?
Oh wow, yeah, I used to go to the bench after school. It was like one place where everybody would congregate to look at the trains. And the first people I met there, oh wow, Mint 1, Dude 7, Re2. Those are the first ones that I met that I remember.
Okay, I seen you painting a lot with Kel a lot. How did you meet Kel, and what are your memories with him?
I don't remember how. I think Kel and I were introduced by a mutual friend that went to his school. He used to go to printing high school. So someone that went to that school, I think, was how we met. We met, I want to say, in 76. That's 76.
Okay, what lines did you write on, and did you king any?
Well, I hit all the IRT trains, except for the number 7 trains. The 7 train that I did catch, I caught up in the 4-yard uptown. I hit the INDs, I hit the BMTs, Did I king any? I don't think I kinged any train line. I did a lot of stuff. The main lines that I hit a lot were number 6 train, especially the number 5 and number 2. The 4s I will catch every once in a while. Broadway line, we did a lot of damage on the Broadway line. The BMTs I hit from time to time with Kel. The INDs, again with Kel, we will go out to Queens and catch them out there. I don't think I kinged any line at all.
Okay, so what were your peak years on the subway?
For me, between 1978 and 1980. Those are the 3 years that, we went off.
Okay, so what were some of your favorite layups to hit back in the days?
Esplanade on the number 5. Gun Hill Road. I would hit the one tunnel. We loved it. That was nice. The Ghost Yard was nice. The 6th tunnel. And what I liked about the 6th tunnel, you could hit it anywhere, but you had to wait until the winter time to do the trains. But I also hit the 6 layups uptown by Zuriga in that area. But my favorite, I want to say Gun Hill.
Okay, you spoke about the one tunnel. During the 80s, the one tunnel could be pretty tough. Did you have any memorable experiences there?
I didn't have, well, in terms of dangerous experiences, not really. I did meet Revolt there. I think it was 1979. 79, I don't remember. I met Revolt there. One of the best memories was when we pulled out 9 whole cars painted. It was myself, Raquel, Kaz, Shy, Base 2, Days was there, Mayor, Case 2. Oh jeez, there were a lot of riders that went that night, but we did 9 trains, 9 cars. Yeah, we did a whole train.
Okay, tell us about the BALLBUSTERs. Did you have any run-ins with them? If so, do you remember what happened?
The only time I had a problem with the BALLBUSTERs was the time that I was gonna go painting with Part 2 and with Knock 167. We were gonna paint, so me and Pop met up, and we were gonna meet Knock at the train station. When we got to the train station, Knock wasn't there, so Part and I decided let's just leave. So we went to a grocery store, and when we left the grocery store, we got surrounded by a bunch of them, and we got to like this not an argument, but like, yo, you can't be around here. Like, well, we just came here to paint. Like, yo, who are you? So we told them who we were. And you know, there was no fight or anything, but that was the only time that I got confronted by them.
Okay. Were you surprised to find out that a lot of them didn't even write?
Well, it was a turf thing. So I mean, it was something really stupid. You know, it's like coming to my block and you can't hang out on my block because it's my block. You know, that type of thing. But you know, whatever.
Okay, I know you got a few chase stories and raid stories. Can you tell us your favorite one?
The best one was the time that me, Kel, and Mayor, and I forgot who it was. It was Rex 183, his brother. We were gonna paint at Bay Chester layups, and we got chased really bad. We got chased, we got away, but Kel decided to go back and get the paint, and that sort of set off the police even more. And that chase lasted about 8 hours. We started like about 9, 10 in the morning to paint, and I didn't get home until about 6 in the evening. It was freaking cold. Yeah, we couldn't get on the subways because they were looking for us, so it was kind of crazy.
Okay, you was a part of painting the iconic Wild Style image for the movie. How did that come about?
What, for the Wild Style the movie? Well, that was Zephyr and Revolt that painted it. I actually worked on some of the background stuff, the backdrops, the animation. We did a lot of lettering for that. But that was Zephyr and Revolt that did that.
Okay. I seen you in a few books like Subway Art and Spray
Yeah.
Can Graffiti. How did you meet up with Martha Cooper, and what was your relationship with?
I met Martha through DONDI, and she and I became friends. She took a lot of photos of stuff that we did. But I met her through DONDI.
Okay. Who was your biggest competition or rival on the subway when you was painting?
Competition, rivals. It's a good question. I mean, rivals in the sense like, like who could do the best trains and all that. We always, I never really had a personal rivalry, but every time we painted, we'll make fun of each other, like, oh, yo, I burned you, whatever, that type of thing. But I guess the biggest competition in terms of like some of the trains was TMT. They were the ones. And TDS, Part Cool. It wasn't a rivalry, more like who was out there. So you always had that level of competition, like we gotta do something else. We got they pulls out, oh, let's pull something out, that type of thing. So natural rivalry, but nothing bad.
Okay. How did you meet Days, and what was your best memory of him?
I met him through a cousin of his who lived a couple of blocks away, and we painted a lot of trains. I don't know. A lot of the trains. I don't know. There's so many. I don't know.
Okay. I know you're down with CIA. Tell us how you got started with the crew and who put you down.
Well, Kel got involved with painting with DONDI out in Brooklyn, the BMTs. And he would come uptown and we would paint, and he and DONDI had a conversation and found out that we're friends, so he put us down. And DONDI's idea was they could do the trains in Brooklyn and all that, and we could do the trains uptown, and we could do a lot more trains together coming from both sides. And we did a lot of stuff together, so in theory it worked out. But it was Kel who was the conduit for meeting DONDI, and DONDI put us down.
Okay. Is there any other crews you're down with?
Well, Case 2 put me and Kel, along with Kaz, down with TFP. Bear 167 put us down. Death Squad, Drug Crew, so many, I don't know. Yeah. There's a few.
Okay, you opened up Fashion Mata. Tell us about that, and who are some of the artists that have showcased their work there.
Well, Fashion Mata actually was started by Stephen Hines and Joe Lewis, who were artists from the downtown scene. They opened up their space downtown, and they asked me if I would do a one-person show. And I said sure, but then I didn't want to do a one-person show. I wanted to do a group show, and that's how the graffiti show came out in 1980. And I helped them put together shows with all different people. But they were the ones that actually started it. I wasn't the one. I was just hanging out there. That's how it happened.
Okay, what are you doing these days in the art world with your art?
What am I doing nowadays?
Yes.
Just painting and doing shows. Travel. Well, no travel right now, because of the pandemic. But just painting and doing what we do.
Okay, we cover a lot today. Is there anything that you would like to cover that we haven't already covered?
No, not really. I think you've pretty much hit on the head.
Okay, any last words or shout outs to family or friends?
Just tell people, just keep going, keep painting. Don't let these times influence what you do. Just do what you do, man. Do it well.
All right, Crash. CIA.